Hello everyone, and welcome to the Dice Commando YouTube channel. I'm Andrew, with you here as always. This is the Commando Cast, a video cast about all things Star Wars Destiny. This video and others like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. Please show your support with a like and subscribe, and be sure to hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss any new videos. If you want to get involved with the channel, consider becoming a channel member. There are many benefits to channel membership, including access to our Discord, exclusive deck tech and strategy videos, and the opportunity to help create channel content. I want to sincerely thank all our channel members, as I truly couldn't do this without your support. You guys rock. Go Commando.
Hey there, Destiny folks. Another week and another whole batch of spoilers to review. That's right, ARH6 Display of Power spoiler review coming at you. Hey there, Destiny folks. That's right, Destiny Friday on a Thursday. But hey, we're doing the spoiler review today because that's right, something spicy might be coming your way tomorrow. And we got to keep the slot open. So keep your eyes peeled for anything to that end. But that's right, kicking off our spoiler review, picking up where we left off last week with what's officially been spoiled on the Discord, plus two spicy ones we picked up right before I shot this. Again, if it's not on the ARH Discord, then I'm not spoiling it because I don't want to take away anybody's thunder. So here we go. Now, starting off with a doozy. Darth Vader. That's right, Darth Vader. A 1519 Vader with 14 health, 2 melee, 3 melee, 4 melee for 1. Looks very similar to TTB back in the day, but in this case, he has a 1 discard, a resource, and a blank. Leader Sith. Leader. Okay. After an opponent removes one or more of this character's character dice, discard a random card from that opponent's hand. It's pretty good. Power action. Deal 1 damage to an opponent's character if that opponent has 3 or fewer cards in hand, or 2 damage instead if they have no cards in hand. Big boy Papa Vader is coming at you hard. Coming at you pretty hard. So it's pretty good. I don't really know how much more this is. This guy's really good, right? I mean, at the 19 price point, you have to be a little inventive with. I mean, you probably want to try and do him with somebody red, and then kill him for the reset. I mean, that seems pretty basic. On the other hand, we've over the history of Destiny very clearly seen that, blue yellow seems pretty good. Wookiee said he was running it with Death Watch Mando, which is actually pretty hot because that's got Guardian. Then you've got all the yellow weapons that you would need in this case. And that actually sounds, you got resource generation, pings, all sorts of crazy stuff. So I really like it. Really cool. So moving on to Echo Base. Shout out to our boy. So this is a unique support location for one hero, of course. Although if it was the old Decipher game, you'd be able to have a villain version and then take it over. Anyway, you guys get it. But, all right, action. Exhaust the support to re-roll a vehicle die, then give a character shield equal to the value showing on that die. It's pretty good, dude. This card's pretty good. If you're running any sort of Hera deck, maybe, something like that, I think you're running this. This is really good. Really good. All right, fire across the galaxy. Remove an opponent's die showing a value of 1. Then that opponent may draw a card as a villain event 4-0. Interesting. It's a little contingency. I can see this being used. It's not overly strong. I can see it may even be not strong because it can't get a special. But value of 1, then that opponent may draw a card. Very interesting. We'll see what the smart kids can do with that one, but it's an option there for free removal. All right, Luke Skywalker, 1 with the Force, is a 14-17 with 13 health hero, of course. Character Jedi is not a leader, he's just a Jedi. He's finally a Jedi, folks. All right, 2 melee, 2 focus, resource, special, and a blank. Okay, after you activate this character, if there's a die showing damage in any player's pool, turn an opponent's die to any side. Okay, so soft mitigation on demand. mostly, but it's after you activate, so you can actually count his own die, right, if you need to. And the special is an exhaust and upgrade attached to this character to either deal 2 damage to a character or give a character 2 shields. You may re-roll this die instead of removing it. A little bit of a shout out back to Transformations Luke, if that was your thing. I know a lot of people. He was good. He was good back in the day. Yeah, probably the best things to come out of that set were Luke and Vader. And by best, I mean best, not necessarily the winningest, but yeah. This guy's really interesting. The 14-17 price point's very, very interesting. It opens up a lot of options. Probably blue-yellow, I would assume, I guess, and then again, maybe you have room for a plot. This is very interesting price point. So you have to imagine there's going to be probably an auto pairing. I don't know, they don't seem to be doing that as much anymore, which is fine. The only one, I mean, there's a couple options that pop to mind, but blue-yellow probably is the way to go, I would think. Seems pretty reasonable. All right, Luke's teaching, so upgrade. This one's unique, okay? So for 2, and this is, we've seen this die before, right? So it's Old Man Luke's die, right? Sprinkler Luke. All right, so focus, shield, 2 shield resource, and a blank. After you activate attached character, draw a card. That is OG Luke's ability, right? Now, that is not optional, by the way, right? Because that was something that got a lot of people. It's not may draw a card. You do draw a card, which I think is a very good shout out. And then you may resolve the shield size of this die as if they were melee damage. So you can become Old Luke. Well, you can become both the Old Lukes, but not the Transformations one. But you get it. You get it. Very cool throwback shout out there. This one's interesting. It is a upgrade ability. It is unique. So the unique part is probably right, because you'd be drawing multiple cards, right? It's probably why they did that. All right, and then suppress your fear. So here's a neutral blue event for 0. Spot a blue character, turn a die showing damage to a side not, and then you may spot an exhausted upgrade to take 1 additional action. So yeah, it makes sense with Luke, with exhausting upgrades. There probably will be other ways. I mean, there already are, but there will probably be other ways to exhaust upgrades, potentially. Maybe not. Probably. All right, I'm really excited about this card. This card's really cool. So Cham Syndulla, the Hammer of Ryloth. So 12-15 for 11 health. Leader Partisan Twi'lek. Okay, so got that going. 2 gun, 3 indirect for 1, 1 focus, disrupt, resource, and a blank. Use smashable. Actually, we've seen a lot of smashable stuff coming through. Die is not super amazing, but after an opponent gains 1 or more resources during the action phase, right? So that wouldn't count the 2 they get for their turn, right? Anytime they take resources, gain resources somehow, blue milk, I mean, whatever, right? Place 1 resource on this card. Power action. Remove up to 3 resources from this character to deal indirect to an opponent equal to the number of resources removed. Yes, sir. This is anti-support tech. This is cool. This guy's cool. I mean, his dies, it's fine. It's not super amazing. The 3 indirect for 1 seems undesirable. His ability, though. So good. So cool. All right, this card I think is way super strong. Like very, very, very strong. So Twi'lek Resistance Fighter for 2, Hero Yellow, 3 gun for 1, 2 indie, 2 indie, plus 2 indie, disrupt, and a blank. Here's the cool part, okay? Support Partisan Trooper Twi'lek, so that would also count for the shield activation on Kalkori, right? But you may play or move weapon upgrades to this support as for a non-unique, non-elite character with an upgrade limit of 1, right? So you can't do any vibro cutlass, vibro sword, so you can't do any vibro tricks there or anything like that, which is why they put that in, obviously. I kind of like it, right? Because there's no shortage of, in upgrade-based decks, there's really no shortage overall of a bunch of redeploys, and sometimes you have 4 upgrades out, and, why the hell not? It's better than, like you don't necessarily want non-support because people can blow up supports, but like, why the hell not if it's going to go to the discard pile? I think it's kind of cool. This is, I think you're definitely playing this in some sort of like red, yellow aggro where you're dropping guns. This is a phenomenal support though, right? Like really, really, really good. This really, really good die sides. So I think you're running, this is going to see a lot of play, I think. It doesn't even matter if Twi'lek and all that. It's going to see a lot of play. It's a Partisan Trooper. Partisan Trooper Twi'lek. All right, Renowned. This one's cool art. Phenomenal looking card, okay? Awesome. All right, so +1/+1/+1/+1 what? Focus, shield, blank, unique character only. The modifier size of this die can be resolved with one of attached character's character dice showing any symbol. Okay, we've seen that before, like Lure of Power is the one that comes to mind. I think we've seen it on another one somewhere. Maybe ATRT, I think. Does that sound right? I think that sounds right. There's probably something else out there as well. Not important, right? Not relevant. It's good, right? For this upgrade's 1. Like, this is a 1 cost upgrade. Not unique. This is pretty good, right? It's a +1 to whatever, and then a focus if you need it, and a shield. This is good. This is real good, right? Keep in mind that +1 can make money. This is really good. All right, Fight for the Cause. We have Bo, and I think that's Koska. I think that's Koska behind her. Either way, 0, Fight for the Cause. Give an opponent 1 resource. Then you may turn one of your yellow leader dice to a side showing damage and resolve it without paying its cost. Okay, let's go back to Sham. That goes, maybe if we can get there, that goes right to his 3 for 1. There are many other situations and you'd want to use this. It does have to be a leader, though, once we can get back. Yeah, one of your yellow leader dice to side showing damage, resolve it without paying its cost. I mean, Bo-Katan, right? Works. It works. Very good. All right, Tara Sinub, Jedi Investigator. This is one where I believe this is the one where Ahsoka lost her lightsaber. I think. Either way, so he's an 8/10 with 9 health, melee +2 melee, reroll, resource a blank, power action, resolve one of your blue dice. As if it were showing a reroll, you may reroll any number of the rerolled dice. So you get a double dip reroll out of it. You don't get a 4 reroll out of 2 reroll, but you get a double dip reroll, right? So you basically get 2 chances. It's kind of cool. He's at that interesting price point for some of the characters that we're seeing with plots and stuff. So I think this guy's okay. I think he's okay for 2 point. That seems like a pretty legit die. Like, I think you're going to run him elite. Seems like a pretty legit die for 2 points. Cool. All right, this is the big one. This is a big one, but Ayla Secura, red Ayla Secura for 13. Look at this die. 2 melee, 2 indirect, 3 reroll, a resource, and a blank. All for 14-17. Okay, Jedi Leader Twi'lek. After setup, this character gains color blue, so we saw that with Maul already. So again, remember, if you want to use blue cards on her, you have to pair her with a blue character. She of herself is red. I think it would have been, again, like I said before, I like the mechanic. I think it's really cool because it helps them get like a pseudo restriction in there so they can kind of keep things under control a little bit to a certain degree. It is kind of a bummer that she can't pair with like Rex or somebody like that to like do a full-on trooper thing. Maybe there's ways to get blue cards in or something. I don't know, right? We'll have to see. But it would be cool if she could like run with a trooper because she's the general. But instead, I think you're running her with old Ayla, 912 Ayla, right? Kidding, kind of. All right. So after setup gains, power action. Roll a set aside clone trooper, which is 1/2 gun, 2 indirect, resource blank, right? Is the clone trooper. Okay. Into your pool, you may roll. I'll throw it up just in case I misquoted that, but I'm pretty sure that's the clone trooper die. All right. So she looks really good. She looks really, really good. The 3 reroll is big. Like, that's a big side. And it's a 3 value side, which is interesting. So we'll have to see what can come out of that. All right. And then the 2 new ones, these came in hot on our Discord. This guy's interesting. So Obi-Wan Kenobi, Jedi Guardian. Blue, 13-15 with 12 health. 3 melee for 1. 1 discard, 2 discard, 2 shield, resource, and a blank. Guardian 2. Guardian 2. First time we've seen that. Home Slice can suck up 2 dice. Okay. You may resolve the discard sides of this die as if they were melee damage. That's very interesting. Very interesting. And then power action, give a character 1 shield and reroll number of its character and upgrade dice. This is like a 15, he's smashable. This is exceedingly support. Like, this guy's very support character, but he can do damage. This guy looks really, really, really good. Like, really, really, really good. Very, very good. Very exciting to see that. And then Obi-Wan's lightsaber for 2. Don't hate CN 2 drops with redeploy in blue, right? 1 melee, 2 melee, plus 2 melee, focus, resource, and a blank. After you resolve this die, if this upgrade is on Obi-Wan, you may exhaust this upgrade to heal 1 damage from a character. It's pretty good, right? You have to resolve this die. But that's pretty cool, right? So Obi-Wan, again, I mean, that lightsaber's, I think you're doing it, right? I mean, obviously it's probably only if you run Obi-Wan, but Rako Hordine, right? Rako Hordine, because that's still Obi-Wan, right? So that's very interesting. And then this guy is... But yeah, I like a lot of what I've seen. I've seen some other cards that aren't up there yet, but we'll hit on those next week. But yeah, so please, again, so thanks for hanging out for Destiny Thursday as we ran through all of these cards and kind of talked a little bit about them. Make sure to tune in tomorrow, and we will see you. We'll see you there. So anyway, thanks to the ARH folks for continuing to do what you're doing. Spoiler season's been fun. Stuff keeps coming at us every single day, and there's never a shortage of stuff to talk about. Very much appreciate what you guys are doing. It's great to interact with all of you guys, and if nothing else, folks, go Commando.